What's going on, everybody? It's T Reaper and I'm back with another video. Um I've actually been kind of off the grid for a little bit. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life that is quite both exciting and, both kind of depressing, but I won't talk about that today. Today I actually want to talk about something that I've actually preached for God knows how long, and it's actually really annoying. Quick shout out to Saltiest Gaming. He gave me this idea for this video, and I just want to get this message across. If you don't like it, again, this is my view. You don't have to take my view as fact. Just take it as an opinion and move on with your day. Anyway, so Saltiest Gaming did a video about how, games with gold, or how the new Game Pass feature might be ruining games with gold. Now, I want to make something very honestly clear to all Xbox gamers. Period. I don't care. I don't care what addiction level you're at. You should never ever, and I mean never, rely on your gaming habit as a gamer through games with gold or Game Pass. Please don't do that. I beg you. And the reason I say this is because games with gold very rarely gives you anything decent. Most of the time, it's very old crap. Game Pass, whereas it has some of decent titles like Halo 5, so on and so forth, most of it, it's also, games that are not current. So why bother? If you're a gamer, you should have the intelligence and the responsibility and the maturity to have the money and have the funds to fund your gaming habit. And I don't care if you're a PlayStation, I don't care if you're an Xbox, I don't care if you're even Nintendo. This goes across the whole gaming addiction spectrum. Please, I beg you, for the love of Christ, have the money to afford your own habit. Don't rely on something for free, because half the time when something is relied on something for free or at a low cost of $10 a month, it doesn't give you the actual quality that you are looking for to enjoy gaming. I understand this hobby is very expensive for some people. It's even not expensive, for me. And trust me, I find ways to afford it. If anything, a person that addicted to a certain hobby will find ways to afford it. People addicted to cigarettes find ways to afford it. People addicted to weed find ways to afford it. People addicted to cars and sports and football find ways to get their addiction into their house. So I don't want to hear, people who are addicted to, to working find ways to get, what they want and get the hours they need to function. So the fact that, the normal response is like, oh, I'm too poor, or, I don't have that, availability, that kind of doesn't necessarily fly with me, because when I hear someone say that, I'm going to be like, well, I can find ways to do it, and I'm not necessarily, the best, person to, relate to, but, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And you just have to have the dedication and the endurance to actually, go after it. So at the end of the day, do I think that what Saltiest Gaming is true? I mean, it's his opinion that might be true, but at the end of the day, these services don't really give us decent games anyway. So why should you honestly care? But I do think that people need, gamers everywhere, please don't rely on games with gold to fill up your library. Don't do that. Please don't rely on Game Pass. Don't do that either. Rely on your funds that you get from your job. Buy current games. Buy current, the games that are in style now. And I'll even name you a few to give you an example. Cuphead just came out today. Good, awesome. Not my thing, but Destiny 2 is out. That's also in style. The next one in style, I believe, is going to be Shadow of War. The next one after that is Assassin's Creed Origins and Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus. After that is the new COD. After that is Battlefront 2. So on and so forth. But please, I beg you, gamers of all, preferences, please do not rely on free stuff to fund your gaming habit. Now, if you're given, something for free, that's different. But, if, you're just relying on a service-based and saying you're a gamer, I'm honestly not going to buy that as an excuse. I won't take you seriously. Someone who comes up to me and says, "Oh, I fill my games with gold," technically you're not really that dedicated to that, to the habit if you're relying on something for free. So, but if you're given it, that's different. But if you're not given it and you're just pressing download, or you're just paying $10 a month to be given 100 games, I wouldn't take you seriously. So at the end of the day, the moral of the story is, please, gamers, I beg you, this is an expensive hobby. Please learn to afford it. Please learn to respect it, and please learn to understand the concept that an addiction requires funding. If you don't have the funding to fund your addiction and you can't find any way to do so, don't start the addiction. This is T Reaper. I hope you all enjoyed this nice little rant. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and shout out to everybody. Later.